Hello! Welcome back to my channel. My name's Sophia. If you're new here and you haven't seen my face before, I don't blame you. I have a small channel. And I upload randomly. So, no judging here. Okay, anyway, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe and like this video if you enjoy it. I don't know if people are going to enjoy this or not, but I don't know. And if you have made it this far in the video and you haven't given up on me yet, make sure to comment Pinecone. I'd like to acknowledge my amazing status in this freeze frame because it's really weird. I don't know what I was doing. Anyway, back to it. And it was a weird one. Hi everyone, I'd like to preface this video, or this clip, by saying that this video was originally supposed to go up in April or May of 2021. I had a video already filmed. This video clip, these videos you're seeing are filmed as of November 7th, 2021, because I refilmed because everything has changed, or a lot of things have changed since I last filmed this. So please take it as a preface, and let's get to it. But I don't care. So anyway, let's get into it. The first thing I'm going to talk about today is health. And I'm just going to go over very basically what health issues I have and what kind of medications I take, because I don't know if you guys are interested in that. So let's get to it. So the first medical condition I have is called hypothyroidism, which pretty much means I have an underactive thyroid gland, which is what regulates your hormones, your mood, metabolism, weight, etc. So my thyroid is underactive, so I have to take medication to supplement those hormones that my body needs. And it is a daily medication I have to take, and people can be on this medication for years. I've been on my medication, this type of medication, for 2 years. Because I got diagnosed in September of 2019. And my doses have changed. They have increased based on what my endocrinologist or my kind of hormone doctor says. So she looks at my blood results, which I get my blood work done every 6 weeks to check my levels, to see if my body needs more of the hormone or if my body needs less, which typically needs more. And we're trying to find that right balance where my body is in the normal range of a certain type of hormone. I'll have links down below if you guys want to learn more about hypothyroidism. It's kind of hard to explain, and it's also just a lot of scientific terms I don't really know. But yeah, I'm trying to very basically say what's going on. So again, like I said, your thyroid can affect your metabolism, weight, mood, etc. So yeah. So I have that, and I take medication daily. I also have acne, which it's really hard to tell on camera, but I've broken out quite a bit on my chin. It's really hard to tell on camera because this thing like smooths out my skin yeah. I look really, really smooth, but it's not this smooth in real life. If I have a picture, I'll try to pop it up here. Sorry. Try to pop up here or over there. Whatever way I can do it. So I have acne. I take medication for it, and I also have creams for it, prescribed creams from a dermatologist, so I do those too. I also am on anxiety medication, which I'll mention on later into my mental health portion of this video, because that kind of goes more along with what has happened. So yeah, that is pretty much it for health-wise. Let's get on to mental health. So to re-record this because of things. So, talking about mental health, I am just going to go through a very basic timeline of what has happened and what I have been diagnosed with without very much detail. So please take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. Please. Not really with a grain of salt, but it's going to be very basic. So starting off, the past like 8 years, really. So so in 2013, actually the beginning of 2013 and 2012, a family member was diagnosed with cancer, a very treatable form of cancer. I was in 6th grade at the time. It was a bad moment for me. I ended up scratching myself, and nobody knew about it for years. We'll get onto that in a little bit. So that family member got treated, cancer-free now, we're good. In 2013, my grandpa on my mom's side had a very, very massive brain injury from his work. We thought he was going to pass away. That was also very hard on us. They ended up, after he got out of the hospital and recovered a little bit, they ended up closing down their business that they had where I live and moving to a state 6 hours east of us. Yeah. So I was in 2013. 2014 through 2017 was just like normal middle school, high school stuff. 2017 rolls around. I ended up telling my first couple friends that I had a history of scratching myself. And I also ended up telling my youth pastor's wife about it because me and her were kind of close at the time. So only about a group of us girls knew. So it was me, my friend Emma, who also has gone through similar things that I have, like in relation to like hurting ourselves and self-harm and everything. So I bonded with her over that, and she's a couple years older than me, so it's really nice to have kind of like that perspective. And then I told one of my good friends, Shelby, about it. And she was really supportive, and she's always just been there for me. And I think there was a couple other people that I knew too. I just can't remember off the top of my head. Sorry, my hair is really not working with me today. So, sorry. Jumping on my laptop, so the difference that you can see. Sorry. And then 2018 rolls around. My grandma was diagnosed with breast cancer. And she's the one who lives 6 hours east of us. So it's kind of hard to get to her. But she went through that. It was kind of hard for multiple reasons I don't want to get into. 2019 rolls around. Graduating high school. My grandma on my dad's side. And my grandpa and my aunt. Wait, was my aunt in town? No, my aunt was not in town. Sorry. I'm trying to remember. My grandma and grandpa on my dad's side came to my graduation, and it was really, really exciting. So, yeah. Sorry. I'm trying to remember. Okay, yeah, so graduation happens, family's there, really nice. 2019, I also started college, so that was nice. I didn't have to move anywhere. I'm very blessed I didn't have to move anywhere. My parents let me stay at home because the college is within 30 minutes of my house, so it's not that bad. 2020 rolls around. 2020 hit us for a curve. So March 2020 rolls around. I was working and going to school in person. I work for the school I go to. So a little preface. So I was at campus working, and then news of the coronavirus hit. and we didn't know if we were going to be able to go to work that next week. So, yeah, and it was confirmed that we weren't going to be able to go back to work that next week. So, coronavirus hit, we all did telework. I was doing remote classes now. It was all very new. I had done online classes before, but this was different. Like, middle of the quarter, kind of you're just thrown in to classes. And then, yeah, that happened. 2020 happened. My sister moved back in with our parents because she lived about 3 hours north of us at a university in a dorm, kind of a dorm apartment situation. So she moved back home so we wouldn't have to pay rent for her place. And then she lived here. We thought she was only going to be a couple months, but it ended up being a year and a half. Okay, that all happened. 2020 was a pretty normal year. My family was very grateful, and we didn't lose anybody to COVID. So we're very blessed in that sense. 2021 rolls around, pretty good. We had a lot of snow at the beginning of the year, which is not very normal for our area. So, got through that, getting through school. June of 2021 hits. This is where everything kind of starts falling inwards. Or getting bad. So June 2021, it started off really good. My aunt came to visit with her son, with her 9-year-old son. My aunt is older than my dad. It's my dad's sister. So she came to visit. That was really nice. She went home because it wasn't a very long trip. They live about a 9-hour drive east of us, so it's kind of far. We don't get to see them very often. So she came to visit. My uncle wasn't available because he was in Arizona fighting a fire because it was fire season. And we ended up, everything was all good. Got to hang out with my grandparents and stuff like that. End of June 2021 is when it starts going downhill. So my grandma on my dad's side ended up having a accident at her house, and she was home alone, but she was able to call my dad and figure something out. She ended up having to be life-flighted from the hospital she was driven to a different hospital about an hour south of us. And then she ended up being in the ICU for about a week. Sorry. Kind of getting a little emotional. Having multiple things going on. This was the last week of June. On July 2nd, 2021, my grandma passed away in the hospital after everything. But because of COVID reasons, me, my mom, and my sister, and my cousin were not allowed to see her in the hospital. Only my dad, my aunt, and my grandpa were allowed to, or wanted to, because me, my mom, and my sister were keeping my cousin busy during the days that my aunt went to the hospital to go visit. And most of the time when my grandma was in the hospital, she wasn't able to speak. She couldn't really move. She wasn't really able to move either. So it was really, really hard. And it wasn't really a lot. So my dad would be there a lot of days. Sorry, itching my back. So that happened. And that was about a week and a half before my birthday. So that was just really hard. So with all that, my scratching habits came back. wasn't very proud. And by this time, so I told my parents actually in 2020 about my scratching and everything. Like 2019, 2020 was when I told my parents about it. So it's about 7 years after it originally started that I told my parents. So yeah. So it's been 4 months now since I'm filming this. So that's the reason why I haven't been filming very many videos, is because it's just been really hard. And I've been trying to cope and grieve safely and everything. So on November 2nd of 2021, which was about 5 days ago my time, my grandpa went back to Hawaii to his condo that my grandma and my grandpa owned. And they owned 2 condos in Hawaii, one that they lived in, one that they were renovating to have as their new home, and the other place they were going to rent out as a year-round income. So he went back to Hawaii for 6 months because that's where they go for the winter. They've been doing that for the past several years. So he went back and he spread her ashes out on her favorite beach, which she would have loved and would have been very happy. And that was 4 months to the day since she passed. But yeah, it's been a process. This was the first time I had lost somebody really close to me. Yeah, me and my grandma weren't like super close, but it's the first time I've lost a grandparent or somebody who made a big impact in my life. So it's definitely been hard. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say without getting too much detail. Again, at the beginning of this, I did film this before, but it was a lot of detail that I didn't feel comfortable having out on the internet, and it was hard to cut and trim down, so this is very simplified. And yeah. If you have any questions about health or mental health things, another thing, real quick. I am currently on anxiety medication because of losing my grandma and also getting back into the scratching habits, so I'm currently on anxiety medication. It may not look like I am, but I am. So if you have any questions related to mental health or like my mental health journey or health journey, you can either reach out to me through the comments or my Instagram DMs are usually open, which will be, my Instagram handle will be down below. Yeah. So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. And make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. And turn the bell on. And if you want to share this with somebody, you can. Go ahead. Yeah. So anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.